Buongiorno, buongiorno, como stai? Welcome everyone. Tutti, I've been waiting a long time for you, or since the last show. Anyway, we've got a great show for you today. My name is Kieto Valentino, and this is Casa e Cucina. Sit back and enjoy a great Italian-American show. That's right. Buongiorno, everyone out there. Got a very special treat for you today. We're going to talk about formaggio, cheese. That's right. We're at 5139 Shaw, 5139 Shaw Avenue at Vivianos. And today we have with us Mike Viviano. Mike, how you doing?
Hey, buongiorno, Keith.
Como
Good
stai?
morning, St. Louis.
Mike Viviano. He's going to talk to you a little bit about cheeses. What's a good grating cheese, a good eating cheese, or whatever.
Tutti.
Before we get into that, I want to say that my grandfather and his grandfather were very good friends. And when I was a little kid, we used to come to the grocery store, and I had to stand in the front of the store to your dad Saturday or the other day, and he said that there was a lot of kids that had to stand by the door when their grandfathers
Oh, they made them stand by the door and wait because they didn't want to interrupt the conversation, whatever. You just, little respect was involved there, sure.
Well, I'm not going to interrupt your your little talk here about cheeses, but before we get into this, I want to say this Locatelli Pecorino Romano. Pecorino Romano I grew up on, and they have imported Pecorino Romano. The big difference between domestic and imported, the imported is aged longer and it tastes better, it's sharper. And I've always come in here and got the imported Romano cheese. And they have a label on one of these Locatelli imported Pecorino Romano cheese. It's been aged for 9 months, a little bit longer than the other stuff that's on the shelf. And it was absolutely fantastic, Mike.
One of the best cheeses. Like I said, you get what you pay for, and having Locatelli on your plate, the taste really comes through. Excellent.
Mike, tell the people out there a little bit about the cheeses.
Sure will. Well, good morning, St. Louis. Romano cheese, like I say, is one of the most richest flavored cheeses that we carry. The sheep's milk cheese, there's like 3 grades. There's domestic, there's the imported, and then there's the Locatelli imported. My grandfather would use nothing but Locatelli. My father will use nothing but Locatelli. He says he want to have the best. If he's going to have a good plate of pasta, he's got to have the best. The domestic is pretty well used. I mean, as far as American people use this as much as the Italian. It's not as sharp as the imported cheeses. A lot of people can't, the salt, you're watching the cholesterol, watching the sodium, of course, so they go with a little bit lower grade. We grade up the imported, and we grade up the domestic also, give that to you a choice of half-pounders or pounders. So you can, and if you want to go with the mega, if you want to store a lot in your freezer or spread it out through the family, you can get the 7-pound bag, a little cheaper per pound that way. Some of the other cheeses that we do have, we have the provolone. You see the old way, like in the old world, the provolone balls, sharp. They're aged a little bit longer than some of the domestic provolones. It's domestic, but it's more like the imported style because they age it a little longer than the one that we would slice. We have brie cheese, which is from France, like creamy cheese. People use it for different type of recipes, as far as gourmet recipes, as far as just any pasta platters, whatever. It's your choice. When you're in your kitchen, you're the chef. Okay, we got the domestic provolone graded. We grade pizza loaf. We grade mozzarella, and there's different things that you can use for your pizza shells. We have the nice pizza shells from Vitale's. We use those and we sell those on a random basis here. The blue cheeses and the Gorgonzola cheeses, very popular for your antipasto platters. They use those for everything, and a great recipe is with the beef, with steak, and you melt the cheese on top of the steak, mudiga, or do whatever you want with it like that. Excellent. Some guy told me, he said it was one of the best dishes he ever made. So something maybe to try, you never know. We've got the scamozza cheese from Cellino. We have the Tuma cheese from Cellino. We have yeast that you can make your own bread if you want to. We have the hog casings. We make our own fresh salsiccia here. My cousin Brian Kellerman makes his own salsiccia. Probably one of the best salsiccas in town. Step over to the table here and show you what we have also. One of the most important cheeses, we sold 3 wheels of this, and this is a 100-pound wheel. We sold this on Saturday. It is the Reggiano Parmigiano. It goes for $8.99 a pound. I got a big piece right here. And the richest flavored from Italy. I think it's aged for over 9 months also. I'm pretty sure. I saw that on the label they said something like 6 to 9 months also. One of my grandfather's favorite cheeses was the Caciocavallo. Very nice. If I had a fresh loaf of bread, the bread's not here, that's how early we're here this morning. My grandfather would open up a loaf of bread, pour the oil on there, the Caciocavallo, pepper, anchovies, and bake it for about 10-15 minutes. It's one of the best meals. You can make a whole meal out of just the bread and the cheese. The imported provolone, Arricchio provolone, the domestic provolone grande. We have the papato cheese here. Is like a pecorino with the peppers in there. Very popular for pesto sauce also. A couple gentlemen I know that have been using it in their pesto sauce. Just as well like a locatelli, but not as sharp. Getting real close to that. We got our domestic cheeses over here from Stella that we use. Our Fontanella, which is our selling cheese. We have our Caseri. We have Parmesan. We have Asiago aged and Asiago medium. If people out there like the Asiago bread that's around St. Louis, here's your chance to get the Asiago and use that in your recipes. In antipasto platters, pasta, pizza, salads, you name it, anything. It's one of the most wonderful cheeses. Between the Asiago, Fontanella, you will always get a great dish when you use this cheese. One of our best sellers, of course, is ricotta cheese from Cellino. And for your lasagna, for your cannelloni, for your manicotti, for your cannolis, this cheese from Cellino, take a look at it. Fresh pale ricotta, filled to the rim always. And probably one of the best ricottas around. I've never tasted a ricotta that's comparable to that. Well, as far as that goes, come on down to Vivianos at 5139 Shaw. We'd like you to come and see what we have to offer, and we appreciate all the business that you've done in St. Louis. Keith?
Oh, Mike, you did a fine job. You did a fine job when you were talking about that Gorgonzola. My mouth was watering.
Gorgonzola and the Locatelli, of course, the Caciocavallo. Like I said, my grandfather's favorite, and try it. You'll like it.
Now you get the fresh, the imported, the brand, Gorgonzola. That's imported Gorgonzola.
Well, it's imported blue cheese. It's a Danish blue. The imported Gorgonzola is one of the harder cheeses to get. We sell Stella Gorgonzola, which is pretty comparable to the imported.
For a simple dish, you know, you boil your pasta, you take it out, you put it in the strainer, wash it off, put it back in the pan, and throw about 1/3 of a pound of Gorgonzola in there, stir it up. It's the best. You think you died and went to heaven. That's right, Mike.
Makes my mouth water. Thanks, Keith.
Makes my mouth water, too.
Thank you very much.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Ciao. We're going to sit down together and eat this spaghetti and the meatballs. I love spaghetti and the meatballs. I expect that this is my meatball. You're going to eat your own meatball. That's all right.